don't think David would be wise to ever advocate that Christine and I sit down in the same place.
Sister Wives, season 19, final episode recap. And I know I'm tired of talking about it too, but we got to finish this, so let's get through it, right? But he would be unwise because what you said tantalizing. Would she realize what she's been missing all of this time and tell David, I'm so sorry, I was just making a mistake and running away from my life. This is what I want. Is that what's going? Okay.
I wasn't respected as a sister wife. He thought that I was, what does he call it? Wife. What? Sorry. He said, why? What does that mean? Like I was, sorry, it's funniest word.
Yesterday we had talked about the camping trip and about how Kody, see, this is the thing, because I'm going to show you the clip from Robyn, but I'm sorry, I feel like it's playing in our faces, trying to imply that Kody is neither shallow nor vapid, because one thing that I didn't point out yesterday, in the clip where we showed the wives doing the makeup when they were camping and everything, everyone was like, why is Kody sitting with them? Because he was doing his hair. The saying that comes to mind is deep as a puddle, but I don't want to insult puddles, you know what I mean?
Kody has this standard of wanting everybody to look a certain way and present themselves to the world a certain way. Is that important to him? I don't think so. I feel like that he's just like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's not a big deal. It's just, I think everybody's got their things. And I don't know this is so weird because I feel like there's just like, they're bringing up things that I'm like, huh? What? I don't even...
So this isn't the same guy that has said, well, don't be upset because I found a Diesel Jeans model, which if you look at the Diesel Jeans website, which is still a thing, I was shocked. Okay, but also, is this not...
They did Robyn's makeup.
I'm sorry.
I know.
It was magical. I can't get over that. Every time I look at that picture, I'm like, ugh.
That's like the updated version of the pond clip, which I'm not going to show you today. I am feeling very, very generous. But you know what's kind of weird to me about this whole line of thought is a lot of people generally do care about looks. I'm not really like that because like personality will actually last. Your looks, that's fleeting. It's surface. But that is important to a lot of people. So why are you even arguing? Like, and also too, like he always buys them jewelry or buys this, that, or whatever. Obviously it was important to him. Then we get to discussing Robyn and Kody's courtship, which he says that he saw her and there was a bolt of lightning. And there is some question over whether Meri introduced Robyn to Kody, which she didn't. It's the story that they tell here is the same story in their book. However, there have been several inconsistencies over the years for sure. So She-Ra and her friend Reba, that's a real throwback reference right there. She-Ra and her friend Reba had gone to church. Robyn was going through a divorce, Robyn and She-Ra, and she had seen this man, and he was talking with a lot of other people, and then they locked eyes and the zooms. When they actually met and spoke the first time, this is what happened. I'm gonna get out of the way in a second, but basically, she saw him drive up with Meri in his white sports car, because that was like, that's just so important. You know, when we go back to that vapid and outward appearance thing, right? But she was introduced that night to Kody and Meri through Reba, who was a friend of She-Ra. She-Ra was very displeased by this interaction also.
There was a depth of connection that I do not believe I have ever had.
Did you have an experience like that with Kody where he locked eyes with you and yeah? Like bolt of lightning? Yeah, straight up. That's what I think is so funny. Yeah, straight up in church. I am not kidding. In church, that's exactly what happened to me. Yes. Can you tell me? I saw him. Yeah, I saw Kody from across the hall, and my sister had been telling me about this guy who was really cool. And then we were at church, and she's like, "That's him right there." And I looked at him, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!"
I didn't know this, but Christine had a crush on another boy that night. She was just 19, and she was a romantic, but there was an undeniable spark between us. When I looked at her, I had a feeling, call it a sixth sense, that our destinies were interlaced.
He used to wink at me. I remember the first time he winked at me. It was just so cute. I think he probably winks at everybody, but it was like, it was 18-year-old me was like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. He's never gonna like me. And then he did, and it was just really sweet, you know? And he made me feel like I was special.
And his says that like they were meet cute, but it wasn't love at first sight. In the book, she had a remarkable purity about her. But he had a sneaking suspicion that they were soulmates when he looked into her eyes. People like him have the same relationship just over and over and over again. But then when it's over, they will pretend like you just came at me, man. I was just sitting there and I was like, whoa. And like, okay. I was hanging out with old friends recently, and one of them told me my most recent toxic ex. Yes, there is more than one. Yes, I went to college, so I know about this, but I also have a lot of lived experience. Leave me alone. But there've been 2 me's since then, and damn, ladies, heart goes out. I just thought I was like, that wasn't me. Sorry. Now, Janelle's entries are much more pragmatic because she's just not gonna like rewrite, and she sees things for how they are. Plus, she was just getting divorced, and she was also Kody's stepsister at the time. So there was like things that went into that. But I loved that she said this because I feel the reality of why there are short courtships is one, of course, it is inappropriate because you are married. But on the other side, if you had to spend that much time with this dude, you probably wouldn't marry him.
Robyn and Kody had a very long courtship compared to the rest of us. It is not really appropriate for a married man to have a long courtship. So they actually courted, I think, for almost like a year. Which, hey, if I'd had a year with Kody, I'm not sure I would have married him, honestly. Ooh. So I might have seen him for a little bit more who he was, you know what I mean? Gotten sort of off the charm ride, you know, like the big charm, the big energy comes in with the charisma.
That's very real because the reality of it is with people like Kody, I mean, it's not real, the love bombing, everything that comes in there. They can only keep it up for so long before that mask kind of slips in. Like you'll see little things here and there that make you kind of go, oh. And then it starts getting worse and you're like, oh. But that takes a little while. See, the thing about it is with this, you actually could kind of see it from the beginning because just polygamy in itself, the fact that there's no equality, these women don't have the same rights as he does. They can't go out. Like, they have to sit at home every night alone. They're not allowed to go out and find somebody else. Plus, they're told they're going to go to hell if they don't do it. You know what I mean? It's not the Cooley McCoolerson situation he's trying to make it out to be. Then he says this.
Polygamy doesn't work if you're going to actually fall in love.
And you fell in love.
I fell in love hard.
I just have to break in here and remind you real quick that later in the episode he's like, no, I really love them. It's just annoying at this point. Honestly, like, it's just annoying. Like, stop, dude. See you at the next one, but Kody basically responds to that one in a nutshell. You know that sound on here? Like, it's BS. They made it up. That's basically it. I'll see you then. Have a good day.